Right, here's our 6.3 homework help video for you. For the first one, it's asking us to use the percent proportion to write out and solve each of these percent problems. So I need to go through and label my part, my whole, and my percent. I see 30%, that's going to be P. Is 9, that always refers to the part, meaning I'm missing my W. I'll write 9 over W, because we always go A over W. P over 100 is going to be 30 over 100. We're going to cross multiply this out. I get 900 is equal to 30W. And then to get 30, or W by itself, we divide by 30. And we get W equaling 30. 42 is, that is A, of 80. That's W. I'm missing my percent. A over W. P over 100. Cross here. Cross there. I get 80p is equal to 4,200. Dividing by 80. We end up with a percent of 52.5. And then I need to make sure I put my percent sign on there. All right, this time what percent? That means P is missing. Of 36, W is 20, that's A. 20 over 36 equals P over 100. Cross here, cross there. All right, 2,000 equals 36P. Divide by 36. And we get a percentage of 55.5 repeating percent. Last one, what number is? That refers to A, 120%, that's P. Of 80, that's W. A is missing. P, I know, or W, I know what that is, that's 80. P is 120 over 100. One last time we'll cross multiply. 80 times 120 is 9,600 equals 100 to A. Divide by 100. We get an A value of 96. All right, for numbers 6 and number 8, we are looking at finding the distance between two numbers. For finding the distance, we can think about them on a number line. We also can think the distance between them is just them subtracted with each other. All right, I always take my greatest value first, so that'd be 4/3 because it's positive. And we're going to subtract negative 2/3 away from it. Now, because I'm going minus negative, we can think of this as adding positive, and 4/3 plus 2/3 is equal to 6/3, or just 2. For number 8, same thing again, 7.5 is larger, minus a negative 4.3, minus negative is also the same as adding positive. This would end up being, if we add these two together, 8 and 11, so I get a distance of 11.8. All right, for number 9, it's asking there are 160 people in a grade. The ratio of boys to girls is 3 to 5. Which proportion can you use to find the number of boys? All right, so we've kind of got 3 different things going on here. We have that there are boys, girls, and total people. Something like that. I know in my ratio it tells me that there are 3 boys for every 5 girls, and in total there's 160. So we can think of this as like our original ratio, and then we'll move to our total column. So 160 would actually end up going kind of over here. Now, if I'm looking to compare, I need to figure out, well, how many people did I start with? Because I don't have information of how many girls there are. I'm given how many people their total are. Okay? this case, right, 3 plus 5 would give us a total of 8 people, meaning if I wanted to find the total number of boys, then I need something that looks like this. Notice I'm kind of ignoring the 5 right now because I've kind of included that in the total number of people. 3 boys, 5 girls. So my answer here for this one is A. All right. This time, instead of our proportion, we're going to be using the equation for 14, 16, 18, and 20. Remember, for our equation, we go A times P percent times W. All right, our labels are still the same though. Right, A, P, and W. We get 45 is equal to P percent times 60. We're going to divide this side by 60. 45 divided by 60 is 0.75 equals P percent. That P percent just tells me I need to change whatever my answer is into a percentage. So I'll move it twice, and we get 75%. 0.8, that's my P this time. All of 150 is W. Is what number? That's A. A is missing. P percent, I always, if I have my percent, I need to write it as a decimal. So 0.08%, that would go away, and we would move the decimal away from it. I would get 0.008 times 150. Okay. 0.008 times 150 gives us an answer of 1.2. 0.5%, that's P. Of what number? That's W. Is 12, that would be A. So I'm going to put in my A value, 12. My percent as a decimal, I need to change it. Right, 0.5% changes to 0.005 times W. To get W by itself, I see that it's being multiplied by our new percent as a decimal, so I'm going to divide by that. And we get a W value of 2,400. Last one here, 120%, that's P. Of what number? That's W. Is 102, that's A. We'll put it back into our equation. A equals P percent, right? So I got to change that to a decimal. 1, 2, so that'd be 1.2 times W. Get W by itself, we divide by 1.2. And we get W equals 102 divided by 1.2. We get an answer of 85. All right, 3 left here. We go. So it says a salesperson receives 2.5% commission on sales. What commission does the salesperson receive in 8,000 in sales? So in this one, we have to kind of think about what each of the A, P, and W stands for. Right? Clearly, this has a percent. It has to be P. Now, in our case, right, total sales, that kind of represents our whole or our total, meaning our commission would be A. Commission is just a little bit extra money you would get if you sell some different things. Okay, so I'm missing A. I know my P. I need to change it to a decimal though. Right, so 1, 2, 0.025 times 8,000 in sales. 0.025 times 8,000 gives us a total commission of $200. All right, next one. Your school raised 125% of its fundraising goal. The school raised $6,750. What was the goal? Now this time, okay, I know this is still P, which makes sense. Of its fundraising goal. I see that keyword of, meaning the fundraising goal was the total, right? It's what we were looking to get. What we actually raised becomes our part because it's what we did, not what our goal initially was. Okay, so this time I'm solving for W. I have 6,750 equals 125% as a decimal is 1.25 times W. We're going to divide by 1.25, and we should see an answer that's less than what we raised because of the fact that we went over our goal. We went 125% of it. So 6,750 divided by 1.25 gives us our initial goal of 5,400. Last one here, it says the sales tax on the model rocket shown is 1.92. What is the percent of sales tax? Okay, sales tax is kind of our smaller part, so we would say that this is A. Our total, or our whole, would be the price tag on the rocket, which is 24. And it says, what is the percent? I'm missing P. So I have 1.92 equals P percent times 24. We're going to divide both sides by 24 to get P percent by itself. I get 0.08 equals P percent. Because I'm solving for P, I need to turn this into a percent by moving my decimal twice. And we get 8% equaling P. All right, there is our 6.3 homework help. If you have questions, please see a teacher.